Welcome back to the English class, children. In the last class, we learned about the verbs. We know that a verb is a word that denotes an action or being or possession. Today, we will learn the kinds of verbs. First one is transitive verbs. What are transitive verbs? Verbs that require objects to complete their meanings are called transitive verbs. The action done by the subject is transferred to the object. The subject does something to the object. Children, we have already learned the object of the verb in the last class. Objects are words that directly or indirectly receive the action of the verb. Objects also add to the meanings of the verb. There are two kinds of objects. They are direct objects and indirect objects. Look at the following sentence. I gave him 10 rupees. Here, the verb gave has two objects, him and 10 rupees. Him is the indirect object and 10 rupees is the direct object. If we frame a question using the verb with the word whom, we get an answer, and that answer is the indirect object. And if we frame a question using the verb with the word what, we get an answer, and that answer is direct object. So, what's a transitive verb, children? Yes, a verb that requires an object to complete its meaning or sense is called a transitive verb. Now let us see the intransitive verb. Verbs that do not require objects to complete their meanings are called intransitive verbs. So, what is an intransitive verb, children? A verb that does not require an object to make sense but make complete sense by itself is called an intransitive verb. Look at the following sentence. We must eat every day. Here, we have used the verb eat intransitively. Most verbs can be used both transitively and intransitively. Look at these sentences, children. We have given certain verbs which can be used both as transitively and intransitively. First one, the boy flew kites. Here, the verb flew is a transitive verb. In the second column, the bird flew away. Here, the verb flew is an intransitive verb. Now look at the second sentence. We grew roses in our garden. The verb grow is transitive. But in the sentence, these plants grow fast. Here, the verb grow is intransitive verb. Now the third sentence. She wrote a letter. What did she write? Yes, she wrote a letter. Here, the verb wrote is a transitive verb because it has an object. But in the next column, she writes well. Here, the verb writes is an intransitive verb because it does not have an object. But it makes a complete sense. Now the fourth sentence, the referee stopped the game. Here, the word stopped is a transitive verb. But in the next column, the fourth sentence, the train stopped long ago. Here, the word stopped is intransitive verb. Now the last sentence, the pirates sank the ship. Here the verb sank is a transitive verb. But in the next column, the ship sank very fast. Here in this sentence, the verb sank is intransitive verb. So children, verbs can be used both transitively or intransitively. Okay children, I hope you all understood what is transitive verb and intransitive verb. A transitive verb requires an object to complete its meaning, whereas an intransitive verb does not require an object to make sense but makes complete sense by itself. All of you read the textbook well. This is the time for me to wind up the class, children. Take care, thank you, and have a wonderful day.